Thumbs up when you're ready. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. You good? Okay. Well, you know, this is something that we want to do to make everyone aware that we are about to go through something that we've never gone through before. We are going to see rainfall at historic levels. This will be a historic rainfall event that we have never seen before in South Carolina. If you want to compare it to something, I would compare it to the 2 winter storms we went through a year ago. That's very much what we're going to expect. We are going to see power outages. We're going to see road closures. We're going to see a lot of flooding. So it's going to require a different type of work. What we're looking at is just, first of all, telling people to have a good, restful weekend at home. It is important, if at all possible, it is best if you stay home, stay safe. This is going to be, you're looking at about almost 14 inches in the Columbia area. Over the next 3 days, you're looking at 8 to 12 inches across the rest of the state. Over the next 3 days, it will start tonight. It will go through all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and we believe it will go until Monday and possibly Tuesday. So this is something that is going to be long lasting. It's going to stand over us. If you have to get out and drive, we ask that you do remember it's a good time now to fill up your car, put gas in it, stay out of low-lying areas. They are going to flood, and so go ahead and avoid that. We are going to have DOT, and actually EMD right now is looking at, we're getting a map together of what we think the vulnerable areas are going to be. What are the ones that are automatically going to flood, that we're already going to have to look out for bridges and road closures and things like that. Best to ride on interstates if you're going to ride, best to ride on main areas. If you live in a low-lying area, you need to really take precaution in terms of whether there's somewhere else you can go. Expect there to be massive flooding, expect you to have issues with that. We also want you to look at this, that because there's going to be power outages, you need to plan on having a power outage for a few days. So food, water, everything that you would need to be ready for a power outage, you want to do that. This may take, the difference between this and the winter storm is it may take us longer to get the power outages back up because of the wires underneath and everything else. And I've got Duke Scott here with ORS if y'all have any questions for him on that. We're going to go ahead and try to we are now pre-positioning, so we're pre-positioning sandbags, we're pre-positioning signage, we're pre-positioning where we think those roads are going to be closed. I have already directed Secretary Hall to go ahead and work with the other teams on which roads we're going to go ahead and close so that we know that. We know that we have a significant game tomorrow at Clemson. We want to make sure that everybody understands there could be some rerouting, so you need to be conscious of that and already go ahead and find out what that is. It is definitely going to move slower whether you're going into Clemson or out of Clemson, and it's going to be a lot of rain. So know that as that activity takes place. We are getting all our supplies ready. There will be shelters as needed. These shelters will be different than the winter storm. You'll see them more in churches, in areas like that where we, because we don't think we're going to have as many people. But this team is ready. We are ready to do what we need to do. We've got guardsmen on standby. We've got high water vehicles on standby. We've got sandbags, over 150,000 sandbags that are on standby, but we're planning on, we're even getting more as we speak. We're going to go ahead and start taking precautions of which roads to go ahead and close so that that's not an issue. What we ask is that everybody else be on standby. This is a time we need you to be prepared. This is a time that we need you to take care of your family. Know where your kids are going to be. They need to be at home. Don't plan on going any places that you don't have to go. And most of all, do not drive into the water. Don't think that your car can make it through. It can't. So you need to plan on, if you're going to drive, not driving into an area that you think you're going to have high water levels, because you don't, the worst thing you can do is try and drive through it. We've got some fantastic information on the South Carolina Emergency Management Division website, www.scemd.org. They have a fantastic Facebook page. So for those of you that are on Facebook, it's great to go to their website. DPS also has a great website where it will deal with any issues that they have around the state, so I would suggest that to www.scdps.gov. And Secretary Hall, do you have one for DOT on road closures? What is yours?
scdot.org.
So scdot.org. Let's look at those road closures before you get out on the road. Be safe. You know, we've already had one fatality from this already. The rain is going to come at levels we haven't seen before. Don't try and risk it. Don't try and dare it. If you don't have to get out, we ask that you stay inside and stay off the roads. And now I'll turn it over to General Livingston.